A formal letter, which is situational writing, I suppose, which is what we are going to do today, actually. Yeah, you're going to do a formal letter, right? You're saying? So today's lesson will be very relevant for you. Oh,
Thing
sorry.
was I can't write a proper email because of I can't like put enter, so it's like just one line I have to write.
Oh, you usually struggle with that, is it?
No, not like that. There was uh the assignment itself that just only gave one line. He didn't allow me to write like up from up to down, but it just let me write from only left to right only.
Oh, okay. So that was an issue for you.
Yes.
Do you actually mention the struggle to your teacher?
No, that was the assignment. Like the one I just did.
Ah, okay. And how did you fare? You didn't fare too well, is it?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah. It's all right. I think for formal letter, it's quite different from email. In a sense, okay, I think the structure is similar, but there are a few other requirements for email.
You put in your postal code and your zip code.
Yeah, that's right. The recipient's email address, as well as the subject, title, right? The topic of the email as well. So these are the things that you have to take note of for formal email.
I think you can just randomly put a postal code.
Randomly put a postal code.
So say just random 6-digit numbers.
Yeah, I mean that is for formal email, formal letter lah. Formal email, you don't need to put postal code, right? You need to put email address instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the difference. The main difference is in terms of the address. But at the same time, I think the difference for formal letter as well, in a way, actually, okay, maybe we'll just take a look at this first, right? Okay, we have formal letter, which we're covering today. I think a very quick one. I'm sure you're very familiar with this already. Purpose, audience, and context. I think maybe I'll just touch on context a little bit. Okay, because I think context does not just tell you the tone, whether or not it should be formal or informal. The context actually gives you the culture as well. Okay, it gives you who are the characters involved. Okay, basically it tells you the 5 W's and 1 H, right? Who are the people? Where are we? Which ones are the important information? When is it going to be held, right? So all this sets the context. Okay, so basically for tone, because it's a formal letter, we are not allowed to use contractions. Okay, so for example, do not and don't, we are allowed to use this, but not this. So that's contractions. Yeah. And then for purpose, because it's a formal letter, we try not to elaborate so much. We will concentrate on the main topic, right? Usually it's to propose as well as to inform. Now, some things to take note of, okay, because sometimes to propose, actually, it can be some other things as well. So if let's say you are proposing something, okay, so in terms of proposing, it can be a suggestion, right? You're suggesting. Okay, so in terms of propose and inform, mostly is to propose or inform. They hardly test you on complaining. Yeah, so to propose, it can mean to suggest, okay, or to persuade. It can mean to convince someone, to argue a point. Okay, and sometimes it's just to make a recommendation. Okay, whereas for inform, There are a few types as well. So you have to be very clear of the purpose, yeah? Sometimes to inform can mean you are trying to describe something. So I would like to inform you by describing, okay? Describing the place, for example. Sometimes it's I'm reporting to you. For example, you're the principal. I would like to inform the principal of an accident that happened in the school canteen. So that's inform, right? And sometimes it's basically informing means just making an announcement. Okay, so for example, the school assembly, you are supposed to give a speech. The purpose is to make an announcement. Okay, sometimes it can be to instruct, to notify. So of course, under proposing and informing, there are many, but I think complaint is just a complaint. Okay, I mean, you can't go too far from that. Yeah, when you're complaining, basically you're just lamenting about something. Okay. So formal letter, let's just have a look at this sample format. Generally, it follows your intro, body, and conclusion, right? Intro, body, conclusion. Usually for informal, our introductory paragraph will include things like, oh, I've not seen you for so many years. I missed you so much. So that will be like something to catch up on and as well as like to form a bond. But of course, if you're writing a formal email or formal letter, you wouldn't do that to your principal, right? For example. Okay, you wouldn't say, oh, principal, so and so, I miss you so much. I haven't seen you for such a long time. You've probably seen her almost every day in school. Yeah. So in this case, do not need to ask after them. Not necessary. Dive right into the purpose. State the purpose of your letter and explain the purpose. So that's basically it. Okay. And of course, the next 2 points, you're supposed to answer the points that have been raised in the question. Take note of the tone that you need to write in. So basically, there will be the points. Okay, later on you know what I mean. I think you have been practicing a little bit, right, for formal writing. So you do recognize that there are pointers given to you, usually 5 bulleted, that are given to you in the question. You are supposed to answer all of them, okay, because you will be given content points for that. Yeah. So, and of course, lastly, you will then conclude. Most of the students will conclude by summarizing the main purpose, because unless you are like hoping, maybe you're hoping your principal to grant, to approve certain things, then maybe you might just want to say, I hope you will consider my proposal. Okay. Now, next thing, if it is an email, so we were talking about email just now. If it is an email, you need to have the recipient's address, recipient's email address.
But then that's not enough, right?
Sender's address.
You need to put the date in the middle.
Yes. Okay. By right, I mean for email, for O-level standard, actually, you just need the subject or the topic. Okay, if you want to be okay, I think I have someone coming in. Hold on. Hi, Ezekiel. Is that how I pronounce your name?
Hello,
Hi. Is it pronounced as Ezekiel or Ezekiel?
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, okay. Thank you so much for sharing. I think, Ezekiel, can you just let me know which school are you from?
ACS.
ACS, wonderful. There are 2 ACS, right? Which one is it?
Parker.
Ah, I see. Nice. Okay, both of you are from boys' school. St. Andrews is a boys' school, right? Yeah. Okay, as Ezekiel, actually, we are going through situational writing. Okay, I think, is it the first lesson with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so, because I don't think I've seen you before. Could you please turn on your video?
I don't have a camera.
Oh, you don't have a camera on your device?
Yeah, cause it's like separate. I have to plug it in.
Oh, okay. Maybe in the next lesson onwards, you can try plugging it in. For now, I think you can just leave it. Okay. All right. So we were just talking about our formal writing and the format of an email, formal email writing. So subject topic is a must. And also I think it's the standard intro, body, and conclusion. Okay, so dear so and so, like I mentioned just now, introduction, because it's a formal email, straight away go into your purpose. There's no need to address how much you miss them and all. Okay, and then of course, body is where you address all the pointers given. Okay, the pointers given. Right, and then body 2, you probably want to elaborate more. So over here, you can actually use the peel format. And lastly, of course, to conclude, you can say, I appreciate the time taken and I hope that some ideas are being considered. So you can express your hope. And at the same time, you can actually just summarize what, your purpose is. Okay, just reiterate your purpose. And I think that's about it. And you can just sign off. Yeah. Unless it's a speech, you don't really have to sign off, because if it's a speech, you will just say, thank you so much for paying attention, and I hope of this. But of course, if it's an email or a formal writing, you do have to sign off, right? Yours, yours sincerely or yours faithfully. Okay, so now we will just analyze this visual text. I think we'll take turns to read. Okay, so let's start with Haresh first.
Okay. Posters, interclass competition. Posters are a powerful tool to pass important message to students. There can be interclass competition in which students create posters or banners based on the theme healthy lifestyle. The remaining posters can be used as the official poster of the school's healthy lifestyle campaign.
Very good. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Ezekiel.
Brisk walking is a great low-impact activity suitable for everyone, no matter what age or fitness level. Brisk walk for 30 minutes, 5 days a week is all you need for better health and well-being. Schools can play their part by introducing this activity to the students by having a day when the students brisk walk as a class.
Wonderful, Ezekiel. Okay. Now, these are the activities that this lifestyle campaign actually carry out. Okay, so there are 2 more over here. Okay, we'll go back to Haresh.
Good sleeping habits matter. In the form of a skit by seniors, students will be given information on how sleep impacts one's behavior and will be introduced to common sleep difficulties and disturbances. Students will also be introduced to tips on how they can develop healthy sleeping habits.
Wonderful. Okay, next one and the last one as well, Ezekiel.
To celebrate students' efforts in this healthy lifestyle campaign, schools can have a carnival with exciting events such as game booths and stalls that sell delicious and healthy food. This is a great way to show the students that embracing healthy lifestyle in their daily lives is easy and possible.
Wonderful. Okay. So in this case, okay, we do have we definitely have to analyze the question after analyzing the text. Okay, so let's take a look at the question. Obviously, the first thing that you might have noticed is the word count limit. Anything too little basically suggests to the marker that you do not have enough content. Okay, and anything too much, actually, for situational writing, there's no need to be so lengthy. Furthermore, it's a formal writing. If it's a formal piece of writing, you shouldn't be too lengthy, because you shouldn't be like focusing on building the bond, right? Because after all, it's something that you should mean business, yeah? So this one, your secondary school wants to promote healthy lifestyle among students. This year, a healthy lifestyle campaign will be held with the aim is to encourage students to be more conscious of their health. you came across this webpage that suggests some activities that could be held,